Всем привет, ребята, с вами Роман, и сегодня мы будем добивать Шерлока. Преступление и наказание. И сегодня... Так, все, вроде более-менее слышно, и игра, давай, запускайся. А пока игра запускается, собственно, напомню, что у нас осталось последнее дело в этой игре, и после него... игру можно будет считать пройденной. Так. Да, довольно-таки долго запускается. Это еще пока к эпику все это дело подцепляется. И эпик запускается. Можно немного пока почитать чатик, что наверняка что-то вы писали до стрима. Star Wars Battlefront. Давайте я возьму уже после стрима эту игру, раз ее бесплатно дают. Да, собственно, начал читать и не дочитал. Да, это что пробки из-за на дорогах, это да. Это такое себе развлечение. Сам приехал позже обычного. Так, значит, мне нужны дела. Как у нас последний... прогулка в лунном свете называется. Что ж, поехали.
Where are you going, Holmes? Have you been invited somewhere?
We have been invited, Watson.
We have? Where to?
To the Baker Street Irregulars' annual dinner. They sent us an invitation. It is on the table.
A dinner? How could those street urchins afford anything like that? I can't understand your interest in them, Holmes. They're dirty. They wouldn't hesitate to steal your wallet. They...
Watson, you should be excited. It is a secret dinner. Its location changes every year. Read the menu. Sounds
Привет, суперчемпион.
All right. We, the secret police of Baker Street, invite you, Sherlock Holmes, and Dr. Watson to our annual dinner. Menu, entree, frozen rat head salad. Is this a joke?
Not at all. Pray continue.
Main course, sow's udder in Danny Nutcracker's way. Sounds disgusting, Holmes. Hedgehog goulash. Street turnips in homemade juice. And it goes on.
I can hear them on the stairs now.
Oh, we can't go there. We can't eat that.
Watson, you'll hurt the feelings of those poor children. We have to go.
Oh, Mr. Holmes.
It is fine, Mrs. Hudson.
Mr. Holmes!
Wiggins, Dr. Watson is getting ready. He will be delighted to join us. You don't look well, my young man. Is there something wrong? Don't tell me the dinner is cancelled.
Mr. Holmes is my brother Leighton. He's in a prison cell. They say he's killed 2 men. You have to help us, Mr. Holmes, because I know he didn't do it.
Where is he now?
From what I've heard, they took him to the yard, and they gave him a good beating already. You know what they're like. They'll hang him. They won't look any further.
Holmes, we have to help him.
And forget about the dinner? Wiggins, I'll take the case.
You're fantastic, Mr. Holmes. I'll be waiting for you at the crime scene. You'll be there, right? It's on Half Moon Street in Whitechapel.
Very well.
Так, ну, поехали на Half Moon Street, наверное, для начала. Посмотрим на место преступления, а потом уже отправимся в Скотланд-Ярд. Так. Стоять! Это назад. Вот. Вот куда мне надо идти.
Please, gentlemen, leave the scene now. Oh, Mr. Holmes, is that you?
Good evening, Constable...
Constable Marrow. I was here with Inspector Aberline during the Ripper case, Mr. Holmes, back in '88. But then this is nothing like that case. With this one, we've got the murderer, the weapon, and the statements, which speak for themselves.
Of course, Marrow. But you know that appearances can sometimes be deceiving.
Так, ну давайте по порядку по жертвам пройдемся.
The two men here, both shot. The stat fellow was Brian Vacotti, a well-known ruffian. The other, Kenneth Butler, a jeweler by trade.
Так, ну и свидетели.
You spoke of statements. You have witnesses?
Well, I was there, so I gave my own statement. And then there were two other witnesses who said they saw the killer Chapman. Mr. Turner, a gentleman who lives in that flat over there. And Polly Powell, a flower seller, who was over at the far side of the street.
So, Constable Marrow, I should be delighted to hear your
сразу с
I was
констебля
standing at the
начнем.
north side of Half Moon Street. That was the side that you came from.
But you would have been unable to observe this part of the street, where we are standing now.
That is correct. But I saw the two victims slowly enter Half Moon Street, and then shortly after, the fireworks started. A few minutes after that, the fellow Chapman rushed towards me and ran into Half Moon Street.
Please continue.
I didn't pay attention, but suddenly I heard a woman's cries and police whistles on the other side of Half Moon Street. I rushed over there and I saw the two dead bodies on the ground. When I reached Whitechapel Street, I saw Leighton Chapman. He'd been caught by two police constables.
Так. Ну давайте, что там за выстрелы такие были?
I didn't hear any shots. The fireworks were all over the sky. They were so loud I couldn't hear
Выстрелов
anything
он не
else.
слышал. Понятно. По фейерверкам.
What
Что
were the
там?
fireworks in honor of, Constable?
Well, today's Queen Victoria's birthday, Mr. Holmes.
Ah, yes, I appear to have lost track of the days. It is May now.
Шерлок совершил преступление. Он забыл день рождения королевы.
I saw nothing but rats, and I took the time to light every corner with my lamp.
Did you happen to look up at Mr. Turner's window when you were on Half Moon Street at that time?
Yes, I saw that the window was open, but no one was there. It was dark in the room.
Constable, your statements have been of great value to me.
Пошли остальных спрашивать. Так. Вот этот как свидетель, да? Его называли.
Good evening, Mr. Turner.
I heard Constable Marrow reply to you as Mr. Holmes. Are you that detective, gentleman? I've heard of you. And well,
Да, что-то тебе что-то все прям поломал сообщение. Хотел набрать
Excellent.
ко.
Might we
И только
hear your story?
какого-то раза ты смог написать. Так, ну давайте. Что у него тут? Что по его роже? Медаль. Ветеран Крымской войны. Отсутствует пуговица. Хромой ветеран войны, которому наваляли на балаклаве.
I was already in bed when the fireworks started. A few moments after, I clearly heard two gunshots from outside.
Please continue.
I quickly got up and I grabbed the lamp from my nightstand and I rushed towards the window. I looked down and I saw two bodies. And there was a man with a gun who was standing nearby.
Where exactly?
Well, near this body.
Did he notice you?
I don't think so. He rushed towards Whitechapel Street without looking around.
Так.
Mr. Turner, did you see anyone else in the street?
No, I saw no one but that man, the murderer, the fellow they caught.
Were the two shots you heard consecutive?
Yes, there was a very short pause between them.
Они прозвучали по-разному, как будто из разного оружия стреляли.
That is an interesting comment. Mr. Turner, what were your actions after you stepped up to the window?
I was afraid that the man with a gun might return, so I stayed close to the window till I saw the policeman coming in the half moon from Whitechapel. Then I walked out and told them everything I
много не сломал бы. Да, по ноге бы ему, может, не зарядили. Так, и цветочница. Сначала соберем все улики путем допроса свидетелей.
Mrs. Powell?
What do you want?
My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm assisting the police with their investigation of the crime that took place this evening.
Well, I've already gave my testimony, but very well.
Could you tell us everything that you may have seen or heard?
Yes. I was selling my flowers as usual, and then the fireworks began, in honour of Queen Victoria. I enjoyed those. But then, all of a sudden, a young lad ran out of Half Moon Street and stopped just by me. He had a gun in his hand. He was like a ghost, and all covered in blood. It was dark, but I could see him, because of the flashes from the fireworks.
And then?
I screamed as loud as I could. I knew that a policeman should be on duty in the vicinity. He had no time to escape. 2 constables got him. Then another constable came out from the very same street, and I heard him talking of a horrible murder.
Так, ну давайте про выстрел спросим.
Did you hear the gunshots?
I'm not sure. You know, what with the fireworks?
Did you see anyone else leaving Half Moon Street prior to or at the time of the crime?
No, sir, I did not. Even with all the fireworks, I was very attentive, as I'm always on the lookout for customers.
Так, но это никого не видела, да?
My thanks to you, Mrs. Powell.
Так, ну давайте посмотрим. Так, тут ничего не совмещается. Противоречивый показания. Да. Полицейский говорит, что никого у окна не видел. А этот говорит, что стоял у окна.
Mr. Turner, you have stated that you remained close by your window after the crime, is that correct?
Что-то тут не бьется
Yes,
уже.
Mr. Holmes. I stayed at my window until the policeman arrived to examine the dead bodies.
Так.
That is very interesting, Mr. Turner. Constable Marrow stated that he did not see anyone at the moment when he was running through Half Moon Street.
Well, I think Constable Marrow and me, we might have been distracted by the whistles and shouts coming from
что-то он прям мнется. Что-то не так.
You understand what I mean? It was a bit of a stressful moment, to tell you the truth, sir.
Allow me to form my own theory.
Not at all, Mr. Holmes. Please, follow me.
В принципе...
Mr. Turner appears to live very modestly.
Ну, бедняк он, потому что, да. Так.
So, that's the view Mr. Brian Vercotti's contorted corpse. The dead body of Kenneth Butler. Mr. Turner had a perfect view of the crime scene. He saw the bodies clearly, and Leighton Chapman standing over them.
Так, то есть получается, Нет, я еще не все осмотрел, да? Так. Он встал с постели, услышав выстрелы. Кухонный стол. Угу. Так, немного нарезанной бумаги, очень мелко. Интересно, для чего? Зачем ему резать было бумагу? Так, ну отсюда он хорошо все видел. Но как проверить момент, что... Так. Давайте, наверное, пока эти осмотрим. Тела. Выстрел в голову, без шансов.
This shard of wood is quite new.
Так, в левом кармане
This is an ordinary.
Ключ. Это первый.
He tried to stop the bleeding with his hand. Death was not it.
Пытался остановить кровотечение рукой, смерть не была мгновенной, в отличие от первого случая. Там в голову все это моментально, прям, можно сказать, ваншотом повесили. Или по-другому, выстрел, убийство с первого же выстрела, моментальное. Так. Конечно, очень страдал. Это очень больно. Так. Угу. Вопрос, что я не осмотрел в квартире? Так. Сомневаюсь, что тут я что-то увижу. А, камин. А в камине что?
The papers are all... These words are... This file, the papers were thrown into...
Бумагу использовали в качестве дополнительного материала для того, чтобы растопить печку. Так. Этот нам ничего не скажет. Пока что. Так.
The books on this shelf are in a mess. It looks...
Беспорядки. Деревяшка отсюда.
So, Mr. Turner broke his stick.
Очень интересно. Так, ну сначала он встал с кровати. Потом, скорее всего, разрезал. А, нет, стоять. Я понял. Взял что-то с кровати. Открыл окно. Подошел к трупу. Подождите, я что, деактивировал серию? Встал с кровати. Подошел к трупу. Так, заново. Встал с кровати. Потом он подошел к трупу. Что-то забрал. Да блин, сначала встал с кровати. Посмотрел в окно. Да не подходил он к трупу сначала. Он сначала открыл окно. Встал с кровати, открыл окно. Потом он подошел к трупу. Что-то забрал. Потом он, скорее всего... Наверное, так. Потом бумага. А затем... Да ну твою мать, все по новой. Так, ладно. Встал с кровати. Открыл окно. Подошел к трупу. И что-то забрал. Поставил сломанную трость. Нарезал бумагу ножом. Бросил что-то. Проверим, так ли это. Так.
So Mr. Turner used a book to hide an object that he found on Kenneth Butler's body. The question is, what did he find?
Ну что ж.
I can see prints. Well now, what a find. A precious jewel
Ожерелье внутри
concealed
книги.
inside a book. A bracelet with a unique ram's head design. A distinctive feature of ancient Grecian artifacts, probably of the Hellenistic era.
Так, ну, мне кажется, теперь можно и с Тернером потрещать.
Mr. Turner, how would it be possible for a man of advanced years, such as yourself, to rush from his bed to the window in a matter of seconds, as you have stated?
Well, I'm able to move very quickly, despite my age. And when the situation requires it, Mr. Holmes.
Да вы хромой человек.
I highly doubt that, Mr. Turner. I observe that you suffer a severe limp due to your injured right leg. It would have taken at least 10 seconds for you to approach the window. That means you could have easily missed something or someone in Half Moon Street during that time.
You're right, Mr. Holmes. I could have missed something. But it did seem to me that everything happened so quickly. Oh, time can pull tricks on you.
And what of everything else that you told us? Mr. Turner, it is vital that we have your complete and true statement.
Mr. Holmes, I do assure you that the other things I said were most sincere.
Нет, брехня. Ау, неправильный вариант.
Mr. Holmes, I do assure you that the other things I said were most sincere.
А как же браслет?
Mr. Turner, you were not sincere with me. Not then and not now.
But Mr. Holmes...
This, Mr. Turner, does not look like anything that a poor man might possess. It is worth more than the home that you live in.
I can explain.
No, merely correct me if I am wrong. You saw Leighton Chapman through the window, but you also noticed a glittering object on the ground, this precious jewel. You walked down and took the bracelet from the body of Kenneth Butler, and when you heard the whistles, you hurried away. That broke your walking stick. It caught fast between the cobbles. Constable Marrow was unable to see you in the window, as you were climbing up the stairs on your way back to your flat. Upon returning home, you hid the precious jewel inside a book.
Mr. Holmes, please don't send me to prison. I didn't do anything bad. I'm just a poor man. When I chanced upon the bracelet, I saw it as an opportunity to make a little money. I was desperate. I only took the bracelet, that's all, I swear.
You made a mistake by lying to me. But you are not a criminal. I believe that. Although I must return this bracelet to its rightful owner.
Так. Выяснить происхождение браслета. Нет, Тернер определенно не убийца. Он просто бедный человек, который... которому надо, так сказать, хоть как-то заработать деньжат. И мародерство. Самый подходящий выбор. Так. Теперь, наверное, поехали в Скотланд-Ярд. Выясним, что эти там выбили из старшего брата Уиггинза.
Mr. Holmes, whatever brings you here so late at night?
I'm interested in the case of young Leighton Chapman. He was arrested earlier this evening and accused of a double murder.
I beg your pardon? That case is quite clear to the police.
Да чё
Are there
тебе
any
ясно,
new
дуболом?
facts that we don't know about?
Who knows, Inspector?
Look, you are free to investigate, of course, Mr. Holmes. Chapman was arrested with a revolver in his possession.
То, что его вы поймали с револьвером, это не значит, что вы что он убил этих двоих.
Did you find anything else on his person?
A few personal belongings. Nothing particular, Mr. Holmes.
Как всегда, все
Thank you,
поверхностно. Так, ну давайте посмотрим личные вещи. Ну что вы этого нашли?
These cigarettes are filled with
Сигары, яблоко,
a cheap watch bought with his own.
часы.
So this is the gun that Leighton was holding when he was caught by the police. It is a
И
Webley
револьвер.
revolver, a reliable. And it seems as though the
Патроны не вытащили из барабана.
2 out of the 6 shells.
Так, разные выстрелы. Так, что... Стоять. Да твою мать, что я делаю? Так. Угу. Это как эксперимент. Определен двойной убийц. Но тогда не совпадение. Надо провести реконструкцию сначала. Но перед этим надо поговорить с...
Please escort this.
С Лейтоном.
Good evening, Mr. Chapman.
Who are you? I've got nothing to say. It's all a mistake.
Calm down, Leighton. I have come here to help you. To find out if you truly are innocent, as your younger brother Wiggins has told me.
My brother? You know him? Then that means you're...
Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, blimey. All right, Mr. Holmes. I'll tell you...
Тебе, конечно, лучше все рассказать. Ой, подождите. Так, шрам на лице, это понятно. Уличный парнишка, как и Уиггинс. Сидел в тюрьме, пометка такая же. Клерк, сидевший в тюрьме. Ничего необычного. Так, еще что-то. Он сопротивлялся. Ну он же сопротивлялся аресту. И, видимо, ему фингал засобачили.
Tell me your account of what happened.
I left my work and I hurried up to see the fireworks in Whitechapel. I was late, so I decided to cut through Half Moon Street. I saw the first fireworks light up in the sky. I bumped into a constable on a corner before entering Half Moon. Then suddenly, what with all the firework flare, I saw two men. They were both lying flat in the middle of the street. I stopped where I was. I thought about turning back to the police, but as I was thinking of that, I saw a third person. He was leaning over the body that was furthest from me. The second I saw him, he raised his head and he stared at me. In a flash, I saw his gun, but he made a dash for it instead and he escaped through Whitechapel Street.
Да, ярд же.
So you might still have had time to return to the constable.
I panicked. I didn't know what to do. Anyway, I approached the bodies just to see if they were still alive. I saw that one had blood pumping out of his stomach. He was dying. It was horrible. The second one was already dead. He had a hole in his head. He was holding a gun in his hand though. I took it, and then I followed the third man.
Interesting. Pray, continue.
I turned a corner, and I saw the man standing in the middle of the street. He seemed to be in some sort of panic. And then, Mr. Holmes, something strange happened. I told the police and they laughed at what I said, but I swear to you, my words are true. I started running towards him. But then I was blinded by a flash. It was so bright that I hardly saw anything for a good dozen seconds. But I kept running forward. As I arrived in Whitechapel, I heard a woman screaming. And then I was caught by the police. But there wasn't a trace
То
of
есть
that man.
парнишка видел
Of
настоящего
course, then they
убийцу.
found a gun and all that blood. I couldn't see the murderer escaping and all that mess. Perhaps I was still half blinded at that
Роман
moment.
верно сказал. В Скотланд-Ярде не бездарь работают. Лейстрит главный бездарь. Определенно.
Leighton, are you able to describe the person whom you saw standing in Half Moon Street?
Well, I wasn't able to see his face at all. It was too dark, and he was too far away. I could see his silhouette.
And what about that?
Nothing so special. He was wearing a jacket. He was quite average in size and his weight.
I see. Was there anything else that struck you at the time?
No. But perhaps... It's strange, but I can't remember the sound of his footsteps as he was running away. Perhaps it was because of the
Не
fireworks
услышал звука
or the
шагов,
surprise
когда
of
он
me seeing him.
побежал. А почему же тогда решил
Nathan, I
преследовать?
confess I am puzzled. Why should a young lad like you take a gun from the hands of a dead man and set off in pursuit of a probable killer?
I know. I keep wondering that, but at the time it was like a reflex. A criminal ought to be arrested, and he was armed.
You were willing to risk your life. That was a little foolish, unless you wanted revenge.
No, Mr. Holmes. I was just being brave and stupid.
Так. Нет, это... Ой, это вообще не подходит. Че я выбрал?
No, Mr. Holmes. I was just being brave and stupid.
Так.
I'm sure that you were, but I believe that you may have recognized one of the victims, Brian Vercotti. You knew that gentleman well, did you not?
However could you know that?
You have a typical tattoo of the Westgate Brotherhood upon your hand. I observed exactly the same mark upon Mr. Vercotti. You came to know him from your sharing a past prison sentence. Am I correct, Mr. Chapman?
Весь тогда...
God. You're right, Mr. Holmes.
Тогда то, что он побежал за убийцей, действительно попахивает местью. Причем такой горячей местью.
Once in prison, both of us joined one of these fraternities. During that year, we tried to help each other out, you know?
You were quite young then, I believe.
Yes, Mr. Holmes, we were. We'd only stolen a pound of meat. After we were released, and when I saw what my little brother had become, I decided to work towards living an honest life.
And Vercotti?
He had a hard time. His sister had died in a Whitechapel dispensary while he was in prison. He had no family anymore. Our paths split. He fell back into crime.
So you lost him?
Yes. And for around 2 years, I heard no news of him at all.
Так.
We shall see you soon, young man.
Ну, давайте смотреть. Так. Нет. Какой... Ну, какие-то показания, совершенный бред. Ну, выводы. Так, сначала на Бейкер-стрит, а после этого мы будем реконструировать события. Блин, вывод очень бредовый. Он же определенно видел человека и увидел убийцу. И это во-первых. А во-вторых, блин, когда он пришел, те двое уже... Один и так был на месте убит, а второй был почти жив. Угу. Альберт, это сын убитого... Сын убитого директора оранжереи. Так. На эту нужна, наверное, скорее всего, энциклопедия.
That is not the one. That is not.
О, а вот это подходит. Сокровища эллинизма. 5 овнов Митилена были похищены из музея в 85 году. Музейный экспонат похитили. Так, 85 год. Сокровища эллинизма украдены. Вот.
Here it is. One of the victims, Kenneth Butler, was involved in the story.
Так. Но сначала мы в Халфмун-стрит отправимся. Нам надо создать реконструкцию событий. Уж явно мне подсказывает, что ситуация, что что-то здесь не так с этими убитыми.
What's up with you, lad? What are you waiting for?
I'm waiting for my brother to be released.
Your brother?
The one that you caught, beat up and imprisoned.
Ah, the murderer.
He ain't killed no one, copper.
Watch your mouth, lad, else you'll be joining that worthless brother of yours.
Так. Скорее всего... Осматривать нет. Нужно найти что-то для того, чтобы на него подсадить лампу и подсветить себя. Естественно, должно пригодиться.
This is most definitely a Watson. There...
Знаете, на перестрелку это больше может быть похоже. Отмена. Так, пройти путь Мэрроу с лампой.
Мистер Холмс.
Так. Так. А, надо с констеблем потрещать. Ну, давайте поговорим с констеблем.
Constable Marrow,
It would be my pleasure, Mr. Holmes.
Конечно.
I would like to make sure that there are no places in Half Moon Street where a man could hide while you were running through it with your lamp.
All right, Mr.
Take your lamp and start walking.
Understood.
Угу.
I can see you've...
All right, Constable.
Here you are.
All right, Constable.
Так.
Mr. Holmes.
It is obvious now. No one could escape Constable Marrow's lamp while hiding in the street.
Так, невозможно было бы спрятаться от... Угу. Найти ракетницу и снаряжение для альпиниста. Ну, получается, да, только тогда... Тогда только можно было вверх удрать. Так, найти ракетницу. Вопрос, это же где-то здесь, да? Так, ладно, давайте пока что с ломбардом разберемся. Так, хорошо, приехали пока в ломбард. Угу. Вот он.
Mr. Butler's...
Давайте по полкам посмотрим.
This is exactly
О!
what we need.
Ракетницу нашел. А теперь нужно снаряжение для альпиниста найти. Вопрос, где?
These tools are...
Так, сымитировать салют и определить способ побега. Это значит, мне надо опять на Халфмун-стрит отправляться. Так. Уже хотел намекнуть про ломбард.
Why are you looking at me all the time like that?
I'm just watching you, lad. I never know what to expect from people like you.
People like me?
Yes, street beggars and thieves.
I ain't a thief.
Oh, no? Then where did you get whatever it is that you're gnawing on? I very much doubt that you bought it.
What ain't seen can't hardly be stolen.
Так. Угу.
Constable Marrow, Watson, I would like to perform another kind of reenactment with your help.
I'm listening, Mr. Holmes.
I want to check if Leighton's testimony can be trusted. If someone could vanish into thin air at a specific moment.
But Holmes, I don't see how.
По стене.
I am going to be the mysterious gentleman whom Leighton followed. I will stand exactly where he saw him before he was blinded by the flash. Watson, you will be Leighton. When I fire the signal flare, you should start to chase me.
I understand, Holmes.
You, Constable Marrow, just play your part and do exactly as you did. Just, please, wait 5 seconds after the signal flare. I doubt that Polly Powell would have screamed any earlier.
As you say, Mr. Holmes.
Let us begin then. Catch me if you... The moon illuminates this wall. This wall is cast in...
Угу. Угу.
I can barely see anything.
Ну, в принципе, тогда реально.
Holmes? Are you there? Where is he? My God, a man can't just disappear like that. Holmes? Holmes? Where are you?
I cannot see you, Mr. Holmes. Dr. Watson, it seems that Mr. Holmes has disappeared.
Don't worry, gentlemen, I am up here, above your heads.
How on earth did you get up there, Holmes?
I am using crampons and a climbing axe, although the person we are looking for did not leave any traces of such tools. Constable, is there any way to get to the top of this building?
Yes, Mr. Holmes, I can show you. The door to the building can be found from Whitechapel Street.
Gentlemen, I am on my way down.
Так, давайте осмотрим чердак.
These shards...
Осколки стекла. Разбили окно, да?
It's... A cluster of thick black threads. They're unusually strong. I should examine them under
Оригинальный способ сбежать.
Someone broke through the window to get inside the attic, but in his haste he ripped his jacket. We can conclude that the person whom Leighton saw climbed up the wall, broke into the attic window, and escaped through the hatch.
Тогда что получается? Он, подозреваемый, реально скарабкался по стене. Так, какие еще улики? Это никак не взаимосвязано. И он определенно не вымышленный. Так, а я все смотрел. Ну, по идее, все. Так. Слушайте, а это ж тогда вот, рядом с цветочницей.
I'm all...
It would
Так, тогда узнайте побольше о старинном браслете, о том, как он мог попасть на Халфмун-стрит. Кто в этом может подсказать? Скорее всего, на Скотланд-Ярд надо ехать. Там подскажут, что да как. Так. Угу. Лейстрида? Нет. А, черные нити же исследовать. Тогда мне надо наоборот на Бейкер-стрит ехать. А не Скотланд-Ярд. Так. А, это волос даже, да?
I need to compare this sample with a human hair and a horse hair.
Ну, хоть парниш не врал? Ну, скорее всего, нет.
Could you please pass me your shaving brush?
Here you are.
Watson, look, what's outside the...
Well,
Oh, don't make such a fuss. One little hair. The horse hair is the human hair, so this black hair belongs
Черный
to
волос
an
от
animal
животного,
that is
которое
larger
больше
than a horse.
лошади.
A hair from a large and exotic animal.
Ну, он тогда мог забраться. О, видите, вариант поменялся с вымышленного человека на циркового акробата. Вот. Я же говорю, это вот бред. То, что... Этот самый Лейтон выдумал. Вопрос тогда, где нам побольше выяснить про браслет. Его пытались сплавить в Кеннет Батлер. А, ну Батлера как раз таки убили. Значит, надо в ломбарде его посмотреть. Какой-нибудь журнал должен быть, в котором все должно быть расписано. Вот, прилавок.
It looks as though Mr. Butler.
Бухгалтерская книга.
The ram's heads. This necklace belongs to the 5 rams of Mittelin collection.
Ожерелье из коллекции.
That means that Kenneth Butler owned a part of this collection all this time.
Это интересно. Так, и письмо. Ага, то есть эти двое вообще собирались дело провернуть вместе. Двое убитых. Тогда получается... Тогда получается так. Пока что. Еще что-то. А мне не с чем совмещать. Так. А вот сейчас хороший вопрос. Куда мне ехать-то? Кстати, забавно, до сих пор не пропадает. До сих пор не пропадает отметка о том, что есть деталь, с которой можно взаимодействовать. Улика, которая подвергается дедуктивному анализу. Вот так скажем. И она так и будет гореть, по всей видимости. Может, сейчас Уиггинса надо впрячь.
Wiggins, my lad, what are you doing here? You'd best be leaving and be quick about it.
I've done nothing wrong. You'd learn more by watching Mr. Holmes. He knows exactly what he's doing. Not like you.
Oi, watch your tongue.
Прям конкретно. Боже. Так.
I'll do any.
Угу. Так, ну понятно, этот сидел. Это мы все видели.
The bullet.
Так. Неужели мне опять надо на Бейкер-стрит? Скорее всего, насчет ожерелья. Нет. Не похоже. Слушайте, тогда я, знаете, в определенной растерянности пребываю. А что делать-то тогда? Что делать?
Look here, lad. You'd better go home and start thinking about what a fine pickle your brother's landed himself in.
Ha! But he'll be free tonight, 'cause he's innocent.
Don't be daft, lad. It's a closed case.
Да не похоже на то, что дело закрыто. Давайте снова осмотрим. Так, ну осколки стекла. Так, стоять. А-а-а! Ну тогда понятно, я неправильно составил. Логические суждения, поэтому... Поэтому у меня и не получилось... Поэтому я в тупик попал. Потому что я неправильно составил утверждение.
We have good news for you, Wiggins. The investigation has proven very interesting so far. We found facts and details that confirm your brother's innocence.
I knew it, Mr. Holmes.
But for now, Wiggins, we need your help.
Anything you like, Gov.
I need you to locate a circus that has stopped over in London. It needs to have disposed of at least one exotic animal. A very large one.
You can count on me, Mr. Holmes.
Угу. Так. Засиделся парень без дела.
Don't worry, Watson. I predict some news in 7 seconds.
Mr. Holmes, we found it. Here it is.
Нашли цирк.
And this is a young Indian elephant, the highlight of the show.
Кстати, вариант.
Duval Brothers, a well-known traveling circus that is currently stopped in London. I believe that is exactly the type of circus we are looking for. I'll pay it a visit.
Угу. Цирк братьев Дюваль. Поехали.
Aye, you. Stop right there.
Good morning, sir. Pardon me, but why am I not allowed to walk around here?
Because it's private.
Well, I only wanted to meet the artistes.
Hmm? You're wanting to apply for... Nah. You don't look like the type of artistic lockpicker that we're looking for.
You might be surprised.
What? There.
Так. Переодеться надо. Так просто Шерлока не пропустит. Так, как там надо? Усы на лице, сюртук и шляпа подойдут. Одеться как бомж надо. Да вряд ли как бомж. Наверное, как бандит. Ну, пускай такая шляпа будет. И усы.
Stay where you are. What are you doing here, and where is Sherlock Holmes?
Calm down, Watson. Take deep breaths now. It's me.
Thank God, Holmes. I can't get used to your disguises.
Thank you, Watson. That means I am ready to go. Hello, Toby. All you need now is a shawl and a mock cap, and you could be Mrs. Hudson's younger sister.
Решил приколоться.
Who are you?
Разыграл бедного доктора.
My name is Nigel. I'm here to open the locks.
Talented, eh? Let's see. Go inside the marquee and show yourself to...
I've got...
Так.
So, everything is here, just as you asked. And what about the money? Some of the barrels are wet. Transportation issues, it couldn't be helped. Whatever. We'll be here after midnight to pick up the supplies. I want to be paid first. No. You'll be paid after we make the transfer, as I said. Right? I hope that no one saw you. The police are on the lookout. Of course not. I'm a professional.
Слушайте, а тут и пистолет.
Be ready for tonight then.
Одного из этих ребят, да еще вдобавок ранение в руку.
This wooden There is a spot on this barrel that was the crest of the honorable
Знак артиллерийского склада.
Judging by the fraction,
Порох.
the barrels are roughly.
Очень интересно.
This printing press is old, but still. There are enough. That's a picture of a contemporary gentleman. From lambs into lions. Those are words of encouragement and defiance. This poster was clearly made to fire up rebellion amongst the people. Powder kegs, a printing press, and a great many blank papers. All of this was stolen by the merry men quite recently. And these poster samples. I am quite sure it is not a coincidence. The merry men
Саботажники.
are some sort of sabotage.
Stop right here. Who are you?
Are you Charles Foley?
Maybe.
They say that I can open any door.
Do they now? We'll see that lock near the chains on a...
Так. Ключ от сейфа. Недавно он получил травму. Головорез. Ну, в принципе, по его внешнему виду уже понятно, что тот еще головорез. Ну и так, ну насчет пальца не обращать внимания. Во, обмотанные пальцы. Похоже, тот, кто нам нужен. Угу. Ну, такие замки мы уже вскрывали и не раз. Угу. Так, замочек. Можно сказать, легко.
Ah, well, they're right. What's your name?
Nigel Shirley, from York.
Ah, Nigel from York. Never heard anything about you. How'd you hear about me?
Так. О, нет, старинный браслет, это я же сразу, по сути, полил.
Nigel from York.
Спалил себя.
Never heard anything about you. How'd you hear about me?
Ну, тоже неверно. Получается, ключ от двери.
Nigel from York. Never heard anything about you. How'd you hear about me?
Нет. Тогда, получается, пойманный вор должен быть.
Nigel from York. Never heard anything about you. How'd you hear about me?
Да.
It's a long story. I met your brother, Vincent the Butcher Foley, in prison. He told me all about his betrayal and all about you. Before I was released, he told me that you might find a job for me one day and pay me some money for my craft.
Well, he died 7 days ago in prison.
I'm sorry to hear that.
That's all right. The traitor has paid the blood price for it. And you'll do the job anyway, because I need a talented lockpicker. I know just where to search for his legacy.
It's all about the Hellenistic treasures, isn't it?
Osh, you fool. Now, listen up. You'll come with us tonight, and you better mind
Us?
Billy.
And what will...
We'll share the loot.
Right.
Wait for us at the abandoned
Так.
manor house on a corner of Ledbrook
У
Road.
особняка.
Deal.
Я, конечно, наверное, зря промотал сейчас, но, в принципе, суть понятна. Шерлок сейчас будет подставное ограбление совершать. Ну как, он, конечно, сейф
Here I
вскроет,
am at the manor. So,
но,
this lock...
в принципе... Так, где? А где? Только с одной стороны есть. Чё, серьезно? Ха-ха-ха. Нет. Или тут надо от этого плясать? Ладно, что-то я тогда не догнал.
I need to find where the safe is.
Так. Сейф, значит, на первом этаже. А сейф-то где? Алло! Сейф-то где? Сейфа-то я нигде не наблюдаю. Чё за развод? А, вон он где.
It seems as though the...
За шкафчиком. Угу. Так. А, все, я его открыл.
What a surprise. I recall that precious key around Foley's neck. Let us check the thieves' possible escape routes in the event that they are caught off guard by the police from the front door.
Так, подготовить ловушки.
This door is a perfect means of escape in an emergency. A solid...
По идее, можно использовать стул и веревку. Но, видимо, пока что не сейчас.
This door is a perfect means of escape in an emergency.
Так, нужно сначала все возможности найти. Как можно сбежать?
The door is now blocked.
Так, дверь заблокирована. Это раз. Кувалда. Кувалдой можно раздолбить дверь.
The door is...
Можно было бы заиметь кувалду. Получается, ее надо найти. Я как понял. Или есть еще один вариант.
The thieves won't attack.
В общем, нужно что-то... А, вот. У люстры молоток.
I suppose that the thieves already tried to open the lock. I suppose that the thieves already tried to open the lock. I wonder what this old chap...
Так, получается... А, вот теперь, кстати, нужна веревка. Вот теперь, по идее, нужна веревка. Так, веревку он вроде как взял. И что, привязать люстру к кувалде? Ну, что-то в этом духе. Можно было ожидать. Угу.
If he runs through the dining room and takes a sledgehammer to force open the door, the chandelier will knock him down.
Все, засада готова.
Although this window is high above the ground, it would be possible for one of the thieves to attempt to use it for their escape.
Получается, надо как-то остановить вора и не дать ему сбежать через окно. Вопрос, а как это можно сделать? Верхняя ступенька. Требуется предмет. Даже догадываюсь, наверное, что. Во. Ожерелье. Бусы на верхнюю ступеньку положить и... И вор отправится полету в обратную сторону. Оп. Так. Есть еще вот такое окно.
This works very well.
И теперь останется как-то опять заблокировать проход к двери с задней стороны.
There is no ladder. If anyone...
Последний вариант и... перепрыгнет.
The door.
Так.
This hat.
В общем, получается, нужно что-то, чтобы замаскировать дыру. А что нам может пригодиться? Ковер. Хороший выбор. Люк ковром застелить, и кто на ковер наступит, тот свалится. Сам уже никогда не выберется.
Now, it's not an open hatch, just a nice carpet on the floor. I should walk carefully here, else my plan will be ruined.
Так, и давайте посмотрим, как это все дело выглядит.
Now, if a thief runs through the kitchen, he'll pay a surprise visit to the cellar. The traps for my circus companions are all prepared. I can leave now, but I'll return later with Charles Foley and his companions.
Но самое главное, этот план сработает.
Police!
Police! Stop where you are!
Where are they?
Trapped, Watson, with your assistance.
How so?
Oh, you sounded just like a real Bobby, my dear fellow. You startled them into the traps.
I did?
I assure you, Watson, it was quite an entertaining show. They will not escape the house now.
You scum!
And this is the pistol used for the murder in Half Moon Street.
How'd you know about that?
Have you closed the case yet, Sherlock?
Mycroft, what are you doing here? Did you follow me?
Sherlock, it may seem that I used you, but you should be pleased to know that you have served our queen well. And this
Опять про королеву упомянули.
Let us catch the big fish. But this man is not one of the merry men.
No.
Then why exactly are we here, Sherlock?
This gentleman, Charles Foley, has been involved in a double murder, and the hunter of a set of valuable antiques, the Hellenistic treasures, which disappeared in a theft many years ago.
You're no better than the coppers!
Holmes, that is incredible. The Hellenistic treasures.
Indeed.
Nothing but trifles. Where are the merry men?
I don't know why you are asking me, Mycroft. They are yours to find.
Майкрофт тут каким боком? А черт узнает, каким он
I'll
тут боком.
see you soon, dear brother.
Так. Конечно, его осудить и повесить. Если это правильный вариант, то все замечательно.
Foley, you committed the crime of premeditated murder and of theft. You will be severely punished for your deeds.
You are pitiful. You Scotland Yard dog.
Save your words for the gallows. I'm sure the journalists will love them.
Сейчас проверим.
I shall leave now, Watson. Gentlemen, please take our friends here into custody.
Where are you going?
I have unfinished business. I'll see you at Baker Street.
Парнишку освободить. Старшего брата Уиггинса.
Be careful with the lamps. Don't bring them too close to the barrels.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Who's there?
That is of no importance. What matters is who you are and the plans that you have here.
So you can stop us from carrying them out?
Eventually, yes.
Hey, careful. You'll blow us all up.
I'm listening.
We are a group known as the Merry Men. But I suppose you knew that already.
Вот те, которых искал Майкрофт. Саподажников.
We are ruined shopkeepers. We are workers who were fired from their jobs. Honest people.
Саподажники, можно сказать, пойманы.
Homes and thrown onto the street. And all of this in the name of the so-called law. The laws that were set out by our government. The laws that make the commoners only more vulnerable and the wealthy more protected. We are not only from the British Empire. Some of us are from the new lands, America, Australia, and we are many. But men we are still, and we are merry for that we stopped being afraid. For those powers that be had done their best to plant the fear inside our souls, and we accepted it so easily. The fear advised us to keep our heads bowed. It prevented us from fighting. Bankers and politicians, they own our lives, our work, our bread, and they push us to compete between each other, just to see who may serve them better. But in the end, they are the few, so they are weak. They are nothing without their titles. We should not fear them. Our so-called masters should fear us instead. The time has come for our group to stand tall. Our great and many merry men. We are going to blow up the London Stock Exchange. No lives shall be lost. But ownerships, debts, and property titles? They shall all be destroyed. They're only papers, after all. So many people will be freed over this night.
That is a radical step to take. What result do you truly expect?
Chaos. But soon people will understand that they are free, and that they don't belong to anyone. They will be able to work for themselves.
Этих тоже туда же выпатило.
Rulers dictate what to do, and finally justice will arise.
What you are intending to do is a crime. It is not justice.
How do you see justice then? Kids go to prison for a loaf of dry bread. And how many lords do you see punished for stealing from their people? Sending them to their deaths in mines or overseas to fight for land? Our masters wouldn't hear us. So now it's time to sing the song of the merry men. Will you let us do our duty?
When people fight the order, they are too blind to see the consequences that throw society into chaos. I shall stop your actions, but not you. Run. Now!
Так.
So, you're interested in Russian literature now?
Quite, lately.
It is an interesting book. I remember a few lines.
Really? I tried reading it myself, but I had a hard time understanding it.
Yes, Doctor. It's about intelligence. Sherlock, I vaguely recall one of the lines. Sometimes it takes something more than intelligence to act intelligently. There were also a few words along the lines of, pain and suffering are always inevitable for a large intelligence and a deep heart. Tell me, Doctor, does my brother show any signs of pain or suffering?
Not that I know of.
Because you see, Doctor, behind all of his masquerade, my brother does possess a deep heart. So deep that he does not recall where he places his love.
Well, I'm sure that...
His love and his duty that, in the first place, should be directed towards the Empire. For without it, we would be nothing.
Не ошибся с выбором. Сейчас увидим.
And the Empire needs order and discipline. It has no room for chaos.
People who commit crimes, or at the very least intend them, deserve punishment, Sherlock. Without justice, there can be no civilization.
But we serve the truth, not justice.
Your truth, Doctor, that may prove immoral. Allowing people to terrorize London, destabilizing the whole empire.
Terrorize only the powers whom you serve, Mycroft. Not I, not Watson, not Mrs. Hudson, not Wiggins.
Шерлок прям на конфронтацию пошел.
The merry men are to be stopped.
Not by me. You created the merry men. Stop them yourself. Only make sure that you don't create 10 more merry men by arresting the one.
Мол,
Good night, Dr. Watson.
Шерлок не дал им взорвать биржу, но...
Anything in the post, Watson? Any clients worthy of our attention?
Only a second reminder from Mrs. Hudson about our new neighbour. She urges you to remove your...
Oh, I don't care about that.
А я об этом не позабудь.
The lady who will be moving in shortly has requested the use of our spare room to place all of her boxes.
Wait, what? A lady?
Да. Большинство со мной согласно во всем. А я что, таким образом финал не увижу? А если только вот так? Не похоже. И что, это все? Я что-то тогда не совсем догоняю. В чем соль? А, ну все, это конец, считайте. Но я, в принципе, понял то, что леди тут подразумевается никто иной, как... Давайте, наверное, Шерлок Холмс, Crimes of Punishments, концовка.
Slowly. You committed the crime of premeditated murder.
А, собственно... Собственно, концовка, я сейчас быстренько так посмотрел, это не что иное, как просто титры. Так. А, ну да, собственно. Я же прошел приквел к «Дьявольской дочери». Тогда все, вопросов нет. Тогда пятое дело надо изменить. Как оно там у нас называется? Так, Шерлок Холмс, преступление и наказание. Оно, кажется, еще раз, дело называется «Прогулка в лунной аллее». А, прогулка в лунном свете. Вот, сейчас это вобьем сюда. В принципе, должно хватить. Ага. Все. Название стрима изменено. И игра пройдена. Увидимся с вами в следующий раз. Это будет у нас пятница. Имеется в виду в формате стрима. Будем продолжать мучить Обливион. И тогда надо будет подумать насчет следующего квест-парада. Когда его провести и вообще что проводить в освободившийся день. Либо видео, либо стрим. Об этом я подумаю и, собственно, сообщу на выходных. Вот сейчас. Всем спасибо за внимание. Если вы еще не подписывались, подпишитесь на канал. И увидимся с вами в пятницу. А, ну еще, конечно же, в группу ВКонтакте и в Инстаграм. Подписываться не забывайте. Да, пока, Юль. Всем удачи вам, ребят. Всем пока.